Let's see. All right, this is cause number 2021-20508 in the interest of Opal Brewer. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I agree. I swear.
Yeah, all right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Jade Brewer. I'm Opal Brewer's mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Jacob Davis, Opal Brewers.
All right, and for the state?
Shorty Parker, Your Honor.
We have a petition to establish a parent-child relationship. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, it's a contested reset right now. Mr. Davis is requesting time to get an attorney. So he would like a reset to get an attorney. The state and Ms. Brewer are not in agreement with that because the last time we were here, he requested paternity testing. He didn't go to the paternity testing, and now we're here today and he's requesting to get an attorney, but he was here in court. Go ahead.
Mr. Davis, you were presented with this lawsuit in April of this year.
Correct.
So now you've had over 6 months to hire an attorney. And you haven't done that. I'm not giving you more time to hire an attorney. 6 months, plenty of time for you to hire an attorney. You were here before, you requested parentage testing, and you didn't even show up for the test. So are we having a hearing today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what are the issues?
Your Honor, everything is the issues, Your Honor. We don't have any agreements. We had some, but we don't have any anymore.
Well, it doesn't sound like I can reset. So my only issue is the confidential request.
So FBI, so the non-disclosure is your only issue now. That's what you're saying. Everything else that was discussed before, you're fine with.
Yeah, well, you explained to me that there was no difference.
Okay, so you're okay. So you're okay with the SMC. You're okay with the.
Well, wait a minute.
I can give you the stipulations.
Let's read the stipulations that you think are in agreement.
Okay, Your Honor, the parties stipulate that Mr. Davis is Opal Celeste Brewer's father. The parties also stipulate to sole managing conservatorship with a geographic restriction to Harris and contiguous counties. The parties stipulate to medical support in the amount of $120 per month, child support in the amount of $380 per month, modified visitation schedule. The parties stipulate to a modified visitation schedule. They also stipulate to the retroactive child support judgment in the amount of $7,940. And they stipulate to the pickup and drop off of the child at Mr. Davis's house. One second, Your Honor. Okay, yeah. I said the ongoing child, Your Honor, did I say that the ongoing child support was $380 per month beginning November 1st, 2021. The medical was $120 per month beginning November 1st, 2021. And then the payout for is $50 a month on the retro.
Okay, so far, are those your agreements, Mr. Davis?
Yeah. Yep.
And Ms. Brewer, so far, are those your agreements?
Sir.
All right, so the issue then is whether the mother's address and information should be disclosed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is as far as you're concerned, Mr. Davis, is that what I'm going to decide whether that should happen or not?
Yes.
All right, let's proceed.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Jade Brewer.
All right.
Ms. Brewer, you're requesting that your address not be listed in this order, correct?
The address. I'm okay with him having my contact information. I would prefer my address not be disclosed currently.
And why would you prefer that your address not be disclosed?
Right now I live with my dad, and part of his agreement whenever I moved in April 2019, whenever I was pregnant, was that Jacob didn't know where we lived
And why didn't he want Jacob to know where you live?
because of the past history of violence and the toxic relationship.
When you say the history of violence, do you mean the history of violence between you and Mr. Davis?
Yes.
And what violence are you speaking of?
There was a couple of occasions where altercations escalated. That the one that was the final straw was whenever I was pregnant and I found out he had cheated on me. And when I confronted him, he tried to throw my phone across the room and threw me up against the wall like this. And that's when I finally left.
When you
Okay, and-
wait a minute, when you confronted him about what?
Him having sexual relations with another woman
With somebody else? Okay,
while I was
Okay.
pregnant.
okay.
Okay, and do you fear that any type of undue harm, harassment, or serious injury could come to you, the people in your household, or your child if Mr. Davis was to have your address?
I don't believe so anymore. I do believe that Jacob has grown a lot in the past couple of years as a person. I'm initially, whenever everything ended, I know that it was a genuine concern for me and my father, but I am hopeful that that is not the case. I guess my main concern is just self-preservation because it has been so long. I don't want to just let my trust out like that. So, I mean, a little bit, yeah. I just don't want him showing up unannounced.
Okay, you don't want him to be able to show up unannounced at your father's residence.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the bottom line is, ma'am, do you think that if he knows where you live, he's going to cause you some harassment or abuse or serious harm or injury?
Okay, I do not think so.
All right.
Okay, Your Honor, the state would like to call Jacob Davis.
All right.
Mr. Davis, you're requesting that her address be disclosed in this order, correct?
Right.
And you also heard her testify that based on where she lives now, that you not having her address is how she's able to live there. Did you hear that?
I heard what she said.
Okay. And in the past, the incident that she described where you threw her up against the wall, and did that incident occur?
I recall.
You don't recall. Have there ever been any incidents of violence between you and Ms. Brewer?
Not in that regard.
When you say not in that regard, what do you mean?
Nothing to that extent of being physical, and definitely not in the regard where. No, it didn't. No. I'm attempting to protect Ms. Brewer as well. So no.
Okay, and why are you requesting that her address be disclosed?
I just would like to know where my child lives. I would never show up unannounced. I have no intent to harm. I just want to know where my child lives. She will know where I live. She will know who lives with me.
May I?
No, not yet, man.
Not yet. Okay, so Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Ms. Brewer, do you have any questions for Mr. Davis?
No.
Mr. Davis, do you have any questions for Ms. Brewer?
Sir.
All right, Ms. Brewer, something you wanted to say?
If I disclose my address, could we reevaluate the drop off and pickup situation?
Yeah, well, you have a pickup and drop off situation right now. Where, Ms. Parker?
At
It's
his,
at his home.
At his home.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, definitely, you would have a right to have him pick up and drop off the children at your home.
Okay. Well, then that's something that I would be willing to discuss as well.
Well, he certainly doesn't have a right to go and show up unannounced at your place of residence, wherever you live,
Mhm.
whether it's by yourself or with your father or whatever. He has no right to show up there just unannounced without being invited, unless he's going to pick up the children and drop off the children there.
Okay.
So I'm going to deny the non-disclosure, and then we'll change the order to where the pickup and drop off will be wherever Ms. Brewer is in residence. All right.
Okay.
All right. You understand, Mr. Davis, that you don't have any right whatsoever to go over to wherever she lives unless you're invited or unless you're going to pick up or drop off the children. I don't, you all may have had some problems in the past, but you're both the parents, and these children don't need to see any type of. I say these children because I don't have. Is there one
It's a
child?
child.
Okay, this child should never be exposed to anything, even arguments between you guys. That's
Correct.
this child needs love from both parents, and believe me, it affects the child if the parents are in, have any types of arguments like that. So I'll approve all the other stipulations, and we'll just add the denial of non-disclosure and pick up and drop off at mother's residence. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. You two can head back over to the previous zone.